Hey guys, it has been quite the productive day today. Well, not for me, for Daniel, but I'm going to show you what we got. Oh, Daniel's back. He back! I literally just started the video.
Stuff today. Ow! My knees are against the dash. I even back it up, not really.
Oh, no, you can't.
It's okay.
Squish
Imagine driving like this for all the states the whole trip.
I know.
All we'd have to do is put it in the hotel until we were done.
True.
It's okay.
Do you want to talk about quickly what happened at the garage
Oh,
sale?
yeah. What happened again at the garage sale? No. I'm just trying to remember how to tell it perfectly. Let me get gum.
We went to a garage sale that Daniel had looked up.
I know it now. I know the whole
Okay.
story. So we got to this garage sale this morning.
Daniel had to do an outfit change because he was wearing something on his back that he shouldn't have been wearing. We're at a garage sale, so you very are so.
And we only saw it last minute. Sometimes garage sales open up on Friday. This one started at 11 a.m. We were in the area, so we got there at like 10:10. And nothing was really on the tables. It was like multi-family. They're all setting up. Didn't look like too much, but they had everything in boxes. We know the first weird thing we noticed about the garage sale was we couldn't park like 6 car lengths in front of the house, like on the streets.
Yeah.
Sure, that's like everywhere besides newer areas. But they had it blocked off with barrels and ropes saying event parking.
I know.
First of all, that's illegal. I don't think you can block off streets and roads.
They had buckets and rope and signs that said event parking.
So we're like 3 houses down, let's say, parking. And we see this old guy parked behind us, and we're like, oh, is he gonna go? Anyways, he ends up going. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go.
And we're about half an hour early, right?
Yeah, and then I asked, I'm like, can we look at things? And she didn't really like answer, so I asked again, I'm like, can we look at the things that are own? She's like, sure, I guess so. I went over and I grabbed a few items that caught my eye. There was this really dusty like arcade game board thing
that she said that they just played last Christmas, which is impossible.
Hang on, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So this thing's really dusty. Like it looks like it's been sitting in a garage for years. I don't even remember hearing last Christmas. She said they just because we didn't know at that point if this thing hoops in the story. You're making me jump hoops in the story. Anyways, I asked her like, well, do you know if this thing works? And she's like, yeah, we just played it. You didn't just play this thing. This thing has had dust on it.
That had
for
like an
years.
inch of dust on top of it.
It was dark. I don't even have it on my fingers anymore. I wash my hands. But yeah, that was crazy. I gathered some other like game things, like a Guitar Hero thing and all these other things. And I put a pile, and then she approaches us as we're looking around, and she said, I wasn't like none of these are priced. I'm gonna have to look everything up. I was gonna do this at 11, and I'm like, why would you start pricing things at 11 when it opens? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But she's like, I gotta look these things up. She like repeated herself 3 times. This lady's also in like a mad sweat. I get it's warm outside, but there was something off about her, something weird. And as we're walking around still waiting, I'm like, okay, I'll let you look up whatever you need to look up. She's like talking about how she had this big bender last night, and they had like other families over to do garage sale too. They brought their kids, and she was saying to the other families, "Don't let your kids into the basement. There's paraphernalia and all this." I'm like, "What?" And she's just being weird.
She was sweaty, and her eyes were bloodshot, and she was just repeating herself over and over again.
After she finally like came up to us and had a price, and she's like, "I want 20 for this Guitar Hero thing. I want $5 for the games, and I want the same for the gamepad thing we're looking at." So I'm like, okay, well, let me look inside the Guitar Hero box. She said it was used like once because her son didn't like it. No, this thing's been used a lot. It is junky. So I left it. I didn't want that for 20.
And the game was scratched as hell.
The game with it was super scratched. The disc looked like somebody took a knife over it.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened, and then she's like, so then I told Ashley, why don't you try buying the Mario gamepad where it's dusty. It's $20, maybe offer a bit lower, maybe you can make some money off it. It's a chance that you could be out money. It could be broken. Yeah. So you go up to her and you offer her 15, then she like starts to think, and she's like,
I offered 15 because it was missing 2 cords that need to be plugged in.
Which do come with it, but you can replace them, but still, that's not the point.
Yeah.
And then she starts going on this thing about how she now doesn't want to sell it.
Because she wants to look it up.
And I'm like, okay. And she's like, you guys want to come back later? I want to look it up, even though she already told us the price at 20. We're like, she's like, do you want to come back later? I'm like, no, you can just have it. We don't want this. We didn't even want it for 20.
I know.
She was just so weird. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a very weird interaction. Like, I've never seen anything like that at a garage sale before. She was drunk or high, because when she was telling us this, come back later, she was like, her eyes were all messed up. And like, weirdest garage sale experience probably this year. That wasn't even, she wasn't even really a Karen. She was just cracked out.
Yeah, she was just on something or something, weaning off something.
I told Ashley to record as much, but then I don't really want to throw people's face online.
Yeah.
I have a video you guys can see though of the rope. I'll play it on my phone quickly.
Oh yeah. have a video of you carrying the stuff, hoping that it was
you can put that in
reasonably priced.
This is how she blocked off her road.
How are you gonna block a road off like that?
Here's her
on a public street.
Here's her like moving it around.
Well, that's insane to me. Just because you don't want I think either she was saving parking for people who are at her garage sale, or she was preventing people from parking in front of her garage sale. It was weird.
You can't do that. You cannot block roadways.
That's so
Put your cars there with 4-ways. That's more different than putting a rope with barrels, like event parking, like it's valet parking service. Like, anyways, this garage sale sucked. There was another table we walked up to from another, I guess, lady. There was one lady that was super nice. She had antiques, fairly priced. Didn't want any of it though. But there was one table we were looking at. There's a binder, like a plastic blue binder.
Oh my God.
I have a picture of that too. Let me bring that up.
Okay, good. A binder you can find at a dollar store for $1. You won't.
I don't have a picture of it, but it's like a binder, like so
$5 for a fucking plastic binder, like a generic.
Even a Canadian, that is awful. She also had other expensive stuff on her table.
$30 for a hat.
She had these shoes. You guys probably know the brand. They're not special. She wanted $60 for these. That's not a garage sale price. She had this Winnipeg Jets new gen hat. She wanted $30 for it, not brand new tags. That's insanity for garage sale prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a weird sale overall. Horrible experience. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like it.
It was a good experience in making the content, but it was just weird.
I know. We've had two. Like, we had a Karen interaction a couple weeks ago. Now we had this, and it was just, holy. Some people just are strange.
Even like when, I think there's another person that was looking at stuff, and she said, I need to look that up. So it's like, I think
she wasn't pricing anything, by the way.
So she's looking everything up before people are buying them. It's weird. Like, why don't just put it on Marketplace?
You don't do that. You just know the price in your head. Oh, I want $10 for it. I want 20. Yeah. That's fair. She should still have prices on her things.
That's true.
But she left it till last moment, and she was in a fluster. It was just, and the kids were walking around not being supervised, eating food, and just barefoot.
In and out of the house. It was,
which I
get. It's, it's a garage sale, but I mean, like,
I'm not trying to put people down, but that was just like
very disorganized.
Very disorganized, not supervised, and then she kept making up the story about the gamepad too. I gotta go ask the little boy inside what he wants for it. But she's also saying she needs to look it up. It made none of her facts made sense.
Yeah, that's a good point. She's like,
he
needs to find. And the little boy's like literally 5. Was he 5?
I don't even younger than that. I think. Who knows? Yeah, he's gonna tell you a price, lady. Yeah. And then she went on that we bought a Tetris one for $80.
Yeah, that's what she said. Because she bought a Tetris one for $80. She needs to look it up.
This thing was covered in thick dust, though.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, for 15, I would have risked it. I don't know why.
Because you could only make maybe 20 or make 20 to $30.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But even the fact that she wouldn't give it to me for $5 less when, number one, it's missing the cords. Number two, it's not like I can plug it in and test it.
Yeah, and she's like, it works. I'm like, yeah, I'm not trusting your word.
Yeah.
With this thing sitting in the garage, we just played it. No, that thing's been in the garage for years. It's a Mario Odyssey picture. That game came out in like, oh my God. Let me look that up quick. When did that game come out?
A long time. I'm going to guess 2010.
Not Odyssey. Mario Galaxy. It wasn't Odyssey. It was Galaxy.
I'm going to guess 2010.
2007.
Oh, wow.
So let's say she even got in 2010. They were still making it with that picture. That is pretty old.
But yeah, that's the kind of stuff you got to deal with at garage sales.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's weird. Yeah. But regardless,
30 minutes down the drain, but we got to experience it, I guess, right?
Okay, but that's our story, and we're sticking to it. Bye.
True facts.
True facts.